Welcome to Ashutosh coaching channel. Now today we are going starting the chapter name is semiconductor electronics. देखो जानते हैं इसके बारे में. इसका इंट्रोडक्शन क्या है? Semiconductor is a fluid of electronic that deals with the uses of the semiconductor materials in electronic devices and the circuits and at the compasses and encompasses and properties of semiconductor design and the fabrication of the semiconductor devices and the application of these devices in electronic circuit. Classification of metal क्या होता है? देखो on this relative value of electrical conductivity and इसको कहते हैं हम लोग सिग्मा और रेसिस्टिविटी टू द फाई इज इक्वल टू 1/5 सही. ओके 1/सिग्मा एंड सॉलिड आर द ब्रॉडली क्लासिफाइड एज. मेटल क्या होता है? द पोसेस वेरी लो रेसिस्टिविटी हाई और हाई कंडक्टिविटी का जो वैल्यू होता है पी corresponding to the 10 inverse 2 or the to the 10 inverse 8 ohm meter. Okay, sigma क्या है? 10 inverse 10 square and to 10 per power 8 Simon per meter. Okay, semiconductor क्या? Semiconductor are the material which have electrical conductivity between the conductor and the insulator. इसका जो पीक 5 जो 5 है वो 10 inverse 15 to 10 inverse 6 ओम पर मीटर. और जो सिग्मा होता है ये 5 into 10 inverse 6 साइमन मीटर. इंसुलेटर क्या है? दे हैव हाई रेसिस्टिविटी और लो कंडक्टिविटी. पी इज इक्वल टू 10 का पावर 11 एंड इंटू 10 का पावर 19 ओम. Classification of metal on the basis of energy bonds. When the atom come together and to form a solid, they are also close to each other and they are filled of electrons of outer orbit or for the neighboring atoms overlap and the makes of nature electrons motion in a solid very different from that in an isolated atoms and isolated the solid. Each electron has unique position and no two electrons have the same pattern of surrounding charges. Hence, each electron has different energy level. These energy level are so closely packed that we call the energy band. And the energy band is which include the energy level of valence electron is called valence band and higher energy band is called as the conduction band. Metal क्या होता है? In metal the conduction band and the valence band overlapped to the each other and the electron from the valence and the valence band can easily move into the conduction band and normally the conduction band is the empty put it overlap and with the valence bond and no electron can move freely into it and it conduct electric current through it. उसके बाद क्या है? सेमी कंडक्टर क्या होता है? सेमी कंडक्टर in insulator a large energy and the gap exists between the valence and the conduction band. There are no electrons in the conduction band and hence electrical conduction is not possible under the ordinary circumstance and it means that the energy gap is so large that energy electrons cannot be existed from the valence and band to the conduction and by the thermal excitation. इंसुलेशन क्या होता है? इन सेमी कंडक्टर अ स्मॉल एंड फाइनाइट एनर्जी गैप एग्जिस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द स्मॉल एनर्जी गैप एंड द गैप some electron from the valence band and at the room temperature acquire enough energy to the cross energy gap and enter the conduction band and these electrons are very few and can move in the conduction band. Hence the resistance of the semiconductor is not as high that of the insulator. Intrinsic semiconductor क्या होता है? An intrinsic semiconductor is a pure forms of a semiconductor material such as the silicon and the germanium without any significant impurities or foreign atoms added to it. It is crystal lattice and the structure each atom shared its valence electrons with the nearest neighbor and the forming covalent bond. As a result, the number of free electrons per unit volume is equal to the number of holes per unit volume and resulting in the natural charges in the material. However, by the applying an external electric field or heat, the number of free electrons and holes can be changed and leading to the flow and of electron current and the making the intrinsic semiconductor act like a conductor. And extrinsic semiconductor क्या होता है? The deliberate addition of small amount of impurities and to a pure semiconductor or can greatly increase the conductivity. This process is known as the doping and the resulting is called the extrinsic and or doped semiconductor. Okay, उसके बाद कहते हैं impurities used in a doping the must be carefully selected so they do not significant distort and the originally crystal lattice of the pure product semiconductor, and these requires of the that the size of impurity atoms be similar to the size of semiconductor. There are two types of dopant used in the silicon or the germanium. These are dopant have electrical property and can be used to the create either n types or the p types extrinsic semiconductor depending on the types of impurities added. ओके, उसके बाद क्या है एक्सट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर जो होता है वो होता है दो टाइप का होता है, एन टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर और पी टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर। इस चीज़ को भी ध्यान रखना। ओके, इसका स्क्रीनशॉट भी ले लो। उसके बाद क्या है एन टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर क्या होता है, व्हेन जर्मेनियम क्रिस्टल इज डॉप्ड एंड विद द impurities atom having a 5 valence electron, the impurity atom replaced a germanium बोलते नहीं germanium atom and the form the covalence bond and 4 of the neighboring ge germanium atom, and the fifth valence electron become a freely moved charge carry in the crystal and the increasing the number of free electron and the conductivity. If an n-type semiconductor, the majority of charge carrier are negatively charged electrons, hence the name n-type, and the stands n stand for the negative, and this type of extrinsic conductor is important in the construction of many electronic devices such as diodes, transistor and solar cell. p टाइप कंडक्टर क्या होता है, देखो इसी को ध्यान रखना, ये बहुत काम आएगा। यहाँ से जो दे रखा ना ये इसको आप अच्छे से ध्यान रखिए क्योंकि ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है। पी टाइप पी इंजेक्शन एंड डायोड, ये पूरा ही बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। नहीं इतना ही काफ़ी है। ओके, यहीं तक, बस यहीं तक, इसको स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए। बस इतना ही काफ़ी है आज के लिए। हमने काफ़ी नहीं मतलब पढ़ाएंगे पूरा, बट अभी इतना जान लीजिए। ओके, ओके, यहाँ तक कोई दिक्कत, जर्मेनियम था। उसके बाद देखा जाए तो पी टाइप में क्या है, पी टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर क्या होता है, व्हेन अ स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ अ पीस टाइप ऑफ impurities added to a germanium and crystal, it changes the property of crystal and the impurity has only the electrons, and instead of the normal 4 but germanium atom have the germanium atom near the impurity share one electron with each other impurities and leaving behind a miss electrons called the hole. Every time this type of impurities is added and it creates an extra hole. This type of impurity is called an accepted impurity, and the germanium crystal now has a free hole and is called p type of conductor. Okay, semiconductor। pn junction क्या होता है, pn junction is a device which made up of a p type of is a p type conductor and n type of semiconductor joined together, and the at the junction the hole from the p type material and the electron from the n type material combine resulting in a neutral layer and called the depletion region. The region it act as the barrier for the flow of the current and only the allows to the it flow in the one direction. The p and n junction is an important two component in many electronic device such as diodes, transistor and solar cells. The ability of p n junction to allow the current to flow one direction and the block in the other makes to it a fundamental building blocks in electronic circuit. P-N junction formation. P-N junction is formed by a diffusion impurities into a single crystal of a pure semiconductor material to create both P-type and N-type semiconductor. The diffusion of impurities create a region where the concentration of free hole is high in the P-type material and the concentration of free electron in the n-type material, and when the two materials are brought into the contact free holes from the p-type material move to the move towards the n material, and while the free electrons from the n type material moves towards the p material, and as the result a region is created where the majority carrier depleted and called the depletion, and this region act as the barrier of flow of current and allows the current flow in one direction. This basis a functioning principle of a p junction diode. Semiconductor diode क्या होता है? Semiconductor diode is a basically p to n junction with a metallic conductor and provided to end and application of an external voltage, and the symbol for the simplest electronic device as the namely p and n junction and as shown, and the direction of thick p arrow in the from the p to the n region, and the p side is called anode and the n side is called cathode. P-N junction diode as a forward bias. If the positive terminal of the barrier is connected to the P side and the negative terminal to the N side, junction diode said to be forward biased. The P-N junction diode as a reverse bias, and the if the terminal of the battery is connected to the N side and the negative terminal to the P side, and the फंक्शन डायोड इज सेड टू बी रिवर्स बायस. उसके बाद क्या कहा गया है? V1 एंड वोल्टेज करंट. वी आई मतलब वोल्टेज करंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ जंक्शन डायोड. वोल्टेज करंट जो होता है वोल्टेज करंट of a junction diode describe the relationship between the voltage across the diode and current flowing through the it, and the voltage current characters can be divided into the two regions, and forward blazed region and reverse blazed region. Forward blazed region क्या होता है? When a positive voltage is applied to a diode is applied to a negative voltage to the cathode, the diode is said to be forward biased, and in this region the diode behaves as a conductor and allows to the flow. The behavior the voltage current in the voltage current characteristic in the forward biased region in the approximately lined with a small dropped and across the diode. Reverse blazed diode क्या होता है? Reverse blazed region क्या होता है? When the voltage is reversed, the diode is said to be reverse shade, and in this region the diode act as an insulator and block current, and from the voltage current characterized in the reverse biased and region is almost flat with a very small reverse current. Application of junction diode as a rectifier. The junction diode is widely used as a rectifier, which is used to that the converts alternating current and to the direct DC current. And in this application, the diode is using in a circuit, and the circuit configuration known as the half wave rectifier or a wave rectifier. Half wave rectifier क्या होता है? Half wave rectifier only passes one of the incoming AC waveform and resulting the pulsed DC output. Full full wave rectifier. A full wave rectifier used to the antibodies past the positive and the negative cycle of the AC waveform, producing a smooth DC output. The rectified DC output from the diode rectified can be filtered, removed pulse nature of the output, producing the smooth DC voltage, and the smooth DC voltage can be used for the various applications such as charging batteries, power DC motor as a power supply for the DC power electronic circuit. Overall, the junction diode and rectified is a result and efficient and the co-effective and solution, and for the converting AC to DC is widely used in a variety electronic system. Special purpose p-n junction diode. There are several types of special purpose p-n junction diode designed for the specific application. Genus diode are the designed to operate in the reverse blazed region and have tightly controlled breakdown the voltage. They are used as a voltage regulators and to provide the difference voltage in the circuit. Photodiode क्या था? Photodiode are p-n junction diode that generate a current when the exposed to light. They are used to optical communication system and for light डिटेक्शन एंड सेंसरिंग द एप्लीकेशन। लाइट इमिटिंग डायोड क्या होता है? लाइट इमिटिंग डायोड जैसा पी एन जंक्शन होता है, डायोड that emit when the forward biased, and they are the used for the lighting and as an indicator electronic devices. ओके, उसके आता है जीनर डायोड एज अ वोल्टेज regulator क्या होता है? A regulator Zener diode can be used as a voltage regulator and by the operating in the reverse bias and the region near its breakdown voltage, and the when the used in this way the Zener diode regulate the voltage across it to nearly constant value and the regardless of the changes in the current flowing through it. In the Zener diode voltage regulators circuit, and the Zener diode is connected to reverse bias across a load with a resistor connected in a series limit to limit the current. The voltage across the Zener diode is the maintained to the breakdown and voltage, and which is nearly constant over a wide range of current, and output voltage in then regulate the Zener voltage, and the which can be set to a specific value based on the selection of Zener diode. Optoelectronic devices. Optoelectronic devices, junction devices, are the electronic devices that are used for the communication of sensing, and they are made up of a p and n junction that converted electronic signals into the light or vice versa. Some common optoelectronic junction devices include light emitting diodes. क्या होता है? Light LEDs are PNN junction and diodes that emit light when forward biased, and they are used for lighting and as a indicator in electronic device. Photodiode are PNN junction diodes that generate a current when exposed to light. They are used optical communication and system for the light detection and the sensing applications. Photo photovoltaic cell PNN junction devices that generate an electrical voltage and when they exposed to light, and they are used in the solar to the converted light into the electrical energy. Junction transition. The transition also called junction transition, and is a three terminal semiconductor device which is a type or n type semiconductor fabricated between the n type of between the two type of two or p type layer. There are type of transistor p and n types transistor and npn type transistor. npn transistor क्या होता है? npn transistor is a type of bi बोलते हैं bipolar transition, and the BJT is a in which the three layer of semiconductor material are arranged as a p type, n type, and the p type. In a p in a PNP transistor, the middle layer n type is known as the base, and while the outer layer is p base and known as the emitter and the collector respectively. Okay, when a voltage is applied to the base emitter junction, it becomes forward biased and allowing a small current to flows into the base, and the current control large flowing between the collectors and the emitters, allowing the transistor and to as an amplifier or a switch. PNP transistors are the commonly used in a circuit where it is necessary switch and or amplify small signal such as audio or video signals, and they are used in the power management circuit as well as in the digital logic circuit. उसके बाद हमारा है PNP ट्रांजिस्टर क्या होता है? It consists of the thin layer of p-type semiconductor developed between the small n-type semiconductor layer. Digital electronic and logic gates क्या होता है? The gate is a logic circuit that has one or more output, but only one output follows a logical relationship between the input and output voltage, and for this reason they are the logic gates, and each gate has characteristic system and function and defined as either by the true tables or by the Boolean expression. In a digital circuit, low and high voltage is often represented by a 0 and 1 respectively. Okay, truth table क्या होता है? It is a table that shows all output and input possible for a logic gates, and it is also called the table combination. Okay, and boolean expression क्या होता है? Boolean expression, George invented a different kind of algebra based on a binary nature of logic, and it was first applied to the switching circuit, and as a switch in a is a binary device. There are three basic logic: OR gate, AND gate, and the NOT gate. एंड द नॉट गेट जो होता है वो क्या होता है? इट इज़ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट बेसिस। देखो ये सारे के सारे अब जानेंगे हम लोग नॉट गेट क्या होता है। इट इज़ द मोस्ट बेसिक गेट with one output and one input and one output. It produces the invertebrate conversion of output it as its output is that is produced as a one output if the input is 0 and the vice versa. This is why known as the inverter. OR gate. The Boolean algebra addition symbol plus and refers to as a OR Boolean expression is equal to y is equal to a plus b implies y equals to the a or b, or a gate is a divide that combines a with b to gives y as the result. OR gates is two or more than in more inputs and one output devices. And gate, the multiplication signal sign dot referred and as in the boolean algebra, and the boolean algebra expression जो होता है y is equal to a b होता है implies y equals a and b, and the a and end gate is a device combined with a and b with y give result. And AND gate is a two or more output and one input combines of gates. NAND gates क्या होता है? If output of y and AND gate is connected to the input and the and of the and the NOT gate, the gate is so obtained called the NAND gate, and Boolean expression of the NAND gate is y is equal to complement of a and b. नॉट गेट क्या होता है? देखो नॉट गेट क्या होता है, समझो ध्यान से। इफ आउटपुट अगर आउटपुट वाई हो और गेट इज कनेक्टेड टू द इनपुट ऑफ अ नॉट गेट, मतलब आउटपुट वाई हो जो नॉट गेट से कनेक्टेड हो, द गेट इज ऑब्टेन्ड कॉल्ड नॉट गेट। फिर हमें नॉट गेट मिलेगा, इसे हम लोग नॉट गेट, तो इसे हम नॉट गेट भी कहते हैं। एंड बोलियन एक्सप्रेशन नॉट गेट इज वाई इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी। लास्ट हमारा इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट क्या होता है? Modern technology has advanced to the point where the multiple logic and logic gates and the circuit are combined into a single compact and the chip known as the integrated and circuit IC. These ICs consist of both passive component and such as the resistor and the capacitor, and devices such as dipole, transistor, all houses on a single semiconductor blocks. The common types of IC technology is the monolithic integrated circuit. So guys, thanks for watching video till the end, and don't forget you're part of journey of NEET. So as you can like, share and subscribe, don't forget it about it. Okay, bye bye and see you next video.